but it is 2:30, so we'll go ahead and I'll call this meeting to order of the Aging and Disability Commission Subcommittee, Age-Friendly Community. So we have no public audience, no public comment, and what I'd like to do is finally accept the minutes of the meeting of October 8th, because last month, November 6th, we did not have a quorum, so we could not accept those minutes. So do I have have you guys all gotten them and had a chance to read them?
Yeah, I have. On the screen now.
All right, I'll give you a minute. Okay, are there any comments, discussion of those minutes? If not, may I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes of October 8th?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Or Mike? Okay,
Thank you. Mike seconded. So we have accepted those minutes, and I'm not sure if we have to accept the minutes of November 6th because there was no quorum at that meeting, but
I think so, because there were
is there any
minutes.
objection?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would like to move that we accept those minutes. Do I have a motion?
All right, I'll move it, even though I wasn't there.
Thank you, Cheryl. Any seconds?
Sure. I'll second.
Thank you. Okay, both of those minutes by our clerk extraordinaire are accepted. Okay, I'd like to keep this quick if we can. We do have a quorum today. As many of you have noticed, we have Kate has agreed reluctantly to be taken off this subcommittee, because she is now working full time. You all saw that, so I'd like to move that we formally remove her from the committee. Do I have a motion to that effect?
With regret, yes.
With regret. Thank you, Cheryl. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mike. And here's Libby.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi,
Libby.
Hi.
We just voted to, we moved to have Kate reluctantly removed from the committee. And now the second part of that, now that Libby is here, I'd like to propose the motion that we add Libby as our new member. Do I have a movement to that effect? Motion.
With gratitude.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you.
And a second.
I'll second again.
Thank you, Michael. So with gratitude, we move Libby Easton May to become a full member of the committee. And I would also just like to welcome Valerie as our non-voting member of our committee. So thank you, Valerie, for coming along.
No problem.
Thank you. Okay, so everybody has received the meeting times for next year. And so we are going all virtual. We will be meeting, and we're changing our day from Thursday to the first Tuesday. And it will be at the same time at 2:30. And everything will be virtual. So I'll send you a link ahead of time.
Great.
Yep.
Okay, so we're good on that. Any questions about that? Okay. The November 15th Aging in Place event. Thank you for those of you who came. We had the Patty Gallagher from Avon Plumbing and Heating came and talked to us about what the CAPS specialist meant, because she is a certified aging in place specialist. And so she did a great presentation on that. So we only had about 15 people there, but I think all who came were very enthusiastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there was a lot of follow-up. So that was very nice of her to come. I appreciate it. So that concludes our AARP grant for our Aging in Place expo, the 3-part expo, if you will. So, so all of that, including photos that Ed actually took with using Patty's phone, those have now been sent to Tom Fitzgerald, who is writing up the grant report, which is required by the end of December for that grant. So that's all taken care of. Yippee!
Yes.
Except for next year.
Right.
Too bad it was so successful. They won it again.
They
Yes.
sure do.
Yeah.
Curse of success.
Okay, so for those of you who weren't here on our November 6th meeting, we kind of divvied up the tasks for the post-action plan tasks. And what we figured we would do is just each kind of take part of our action plan, the 4 major dimensions that we came up with, and we divided them into, so Cheryl has the housing aspect,
Mhm.
and of course the expo is part of that, so I will add on with that. Ed is doing outdoors, Mike is doing transportation, and Libby has volunteered to do the social aspects of that. So, and I have for part of the new business, I have a little piece to add to that, which is that coincidentally, we just talked about that at an AARP webinar. They are going to produce, lovely for them, a survey for our partners to check in.
Oh, good.
Oh,
That'll be nice for us.
That'll be really nice for us because it will officially be an AARP survey, a check-in survey. So we can send it to all of our partners. And Ed, you had sent the action plan to all of our partners before.
Yes. Correct.
So we might want to divvy this up or not. We may want to talk about this before we actually get that check-in tool. Right now, the only ones who are getting the check-in tool are me and Ed. I've asked that they send them to both of us, but I can add everybody else too. It might be a good idea, as I said, to kind of divide up the municipality, everybody who has a commission, and divide them up, because it has occurred to me that we're not going to get anywhere with a lot of our action plan items unless we have a real partnership with our commission, our counterparts who are in the municipality. Mm-hmm. So I think that will help us tremendously if we kind of divide things up. Does anybody have thoughts about that? Yeah, go ahead, Cheryl.
Have you seen the survey?
I have not. I just know it's coming out. They said it's coming out this month.
Yeah. Well, I think we should study it a little before we send it to everybody.
On a Zoom meeting.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure how intense it is,
Yeah. I mean, we don't want to ask people to answer questions that are probably irrelevant to us or whatever.
Right. But I mean, it may be like the survey that we initially did for the age-friendly. You know, we just use that as our kind of jumping off point. We did their 36-page survey. So it might be a good idea for us to look at it. But I just wanted to let you know that it's coming. And I was delighted when I heard about it because this is really nice that they're doing that.
Better than inventing it ourselves. For sure.
Right.
Yep. It makes us all official.
Yes.
And it makes us official.
Good.
Which I like a lot. And what's interesting is, of course, this is why I like the webinars that the AARP offers, because you start hearing about all of these things that other parts of the world are doing. Mm-hmm. And some of them are very much like what we're doing. And so AARP is going, this is interesting. You know, everybody's doing these things. So this is great. You know, I mean, sharing that knowledge and coming up with it and being able to have something that's official from AARP, I think is great.
That is great.
So that's coming. So on to the new business, the scheduling for the progress reports. Let's wait until we see what this planning tool is, this lovely partner check-in. They're calling it a partner check-in. And I think that's a really nice name. It's sort of like they now have our action plan. If anybody has bothered to read it, they know what we're up to or what we would propose. So it will be nice to have a check-in to say, this is where we are. Have you had a chance to look at it? Where are things standing now? We will want to add things as we go along. I mean, according to AARP, there's nothing that says you have to send a progress report in a year's time.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing says that. It's whenever we feel like we've accomplished some things or have run into stumbling blocks, we can also tell them that.
Oh, okay.
They want to know if there are significant issues that we haven't been able to overcome.
Okay.
Right.
Dan.
Oh, you have your hand raised. I couldn't tell if you were fixing your. Okay.
No, just looking ahead to work these items kind of hard when we don't have specific people identified. You have different groups, but not these specific people.
So part of this is that's what we need. We need to talk about, like, which groups, and if anybody has any buddies on any of the planning commissions, that would be great, or any of the, anybody there that we want to, kind of enlist so it's going to be, we have to look at this and talk about it. So we don't know yet. But if you have any buddies anywhere on any of the, that work in the town, any of their committees, that would be great. Planning and zoning, yeah, that would be great.
I'm just thinking how to lay out the schedule to work these issues. Need to have people identified to buy into the schedule.
Do we need to have people attached to the schedule? Is that what you said? Or the dates? Both of those.
The tasks.
The tasks?
Is that what you meant, Mike?
Yeah.
We should.
Well, we can't really, as we've discussed in the past, so much of what we do is we are a volunteer commission. We can only recommend things. We can't actually mandate a lot of these things. So the best we can do is be a nudge. Is that an official word?
Oh, yeah.
I've seen it.
Being a nudge?
Yes.
So I think we need to, that's why we need to look at the planning people. We need to look at the zoning people. We just need to look at a lot of different folks and just say, maybe we can combine with them. I started thinking about this and was thinking, maybe there are some people on the Sustainability Commission who we can get along with and start working together on things or something like that. I think this is just something that came up again from listening to the AARP webinars.
Just going back to my background, having been a project manager and getting teams together, had to have people identified and buy into the plan.
Correct. We have to have people buying into our plans, which is why we've got the action plan has been sent to all of our community partners. That has been sent by Ed to all of the community partners. Now, not all of our partners are part of the municipality. They're not government employees, town employees.
Yeah.
We can't make our town employees do what we want them to, as much as we would like to.
Well, I don't know about that.
We try.
I get in trouble for doing it, but I have done it.
But that's what we're aiming for, right? We can't make a chart that says by this date that's going to happen. We can't do that because we just don't know. We can only suggest these things. We cannot force. What's a good example? I mean, even like Ed with Tom Roy and the
Benches.
yeah, the benches. We don't know when they're going to get to do that. We can't put that on a chart and say, you know, those benches will be done by X time.
Right.
Oh, yeah. But you do have to nudge them.
Nudge. See, I like nudge. Nudge is,
Yeah.
if we had a category for nudge.
I had to nudge Tom Roy for 3 years for the Simsbury pillar signs.
Really?
That the
3 years.
Yep. Donated.
It's a lot of nudging.
That is a lot of nudging. But I think, Valerie, are you up for being a nudge?
Sure. I mean,
honestly, I think that's what we are now. I think we are nudges.
Yeah. I mean, I'm new to town, so I don't know that many people. I mean, I think Aaron Smith, who I know very well in the neighborhood, is on planning and zoning. But I don't know too many other people in town, but you tell me who and I'll approach them.
You might be getting to know some.
I'll introduce myself.
Right.
Yep,
I think honestly, I think that's kind of what we have to do is be nudges. So that's kind of, I don't know if I answered your question, Mike, but I think that's, you know, it can't be as nicely cut and dried as when you're a project manager and in charge of all of these things. It would be lovely if we could do that and say, you know, I mean, I could do that with the expo because I was able to do the expo with all, you know, within a certain time frame. You know, I was able to do that because I knew that I would be able to, you know, herd everybody and to herd the cats. But
actually, Erin Levitt Smith would be a great person to talk to because her day job is group homes and congregate living facilities. She was on the SPAC with me, and she is very interested in accessibility and all sorts of things.
That's a great thought, Cheryl. So I appreciate that. And let's, you know, so those are the kinds of things we need to keep in mind. So like, Mike, I know you have, you know, pals at the, now I can't even remember the name of the, what?
Sunrise or?
Sunrise. But, you know, talk to them and see, you know, who they know in town and what is happening with them. We need to talk with Kathy about the dial-a-ride, where that stands, you know. You know, those are the kinds of things that if you're going to work on the transportation end of things, that would be really helpful. But we don't have a suggested date. ASAP. How's that? Yeah.
Well, we do have priorities.
Yeah.
We have our priorities. We could say that we're going to follow up every 6 months or every year.
Right.
You know, just to check in and see how it's going.
Yep.
Because if they think you forgot about them, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the only leverage we have in them is this is their chance to participate in getting their views on the scene. If they don't come and help us, they won't be involved at all.
Yep.
C'est la guerre. but I think, again, this will all become clearer what we do, when we do it, as we get to see this partner check-in.
Sure.
But I think that is a great thing that the AARP is doing, and we can send that around to our folks. Some people already have good, like Libby. You are you part of For All Ages, or you just?
I work with them on certain initiatives, but I'm not part of it.
You're not part of it,
No.
but you work with them.
Mhm.
But see, there are lots of, people like that who you start getting kind of friendly with, and you learn what kinds of things they're interested in doing. And maybe we can do some of those with them or help them out. Or again, some of the things that I heard today on the, well, I'm jumping ahead, but on the innovations that they're talking about, from AARP on the webinar that they had, they did some really interesting things, and they created a video of all of these people all around the country who have done these different things. And one of the things that I thought was really cool was in Baltimore, they actually did something called No Senior Eats Alone Day. And where they got restaurants to get involved and do once a year. They did, they made it work. I love how in Maine they gave away potatoes. It was just kind of cute. Okay. There was another place in Maine that distributed 30 raised beds and seeds to seniors.
That's nice.
And then in Saco, Maine, they got together with some restaurant and had a Thanksgiving meal giveaway with drive-through locations.
Oh, that's nice.
So, I mean, again, there are these kinds of things that the more we listen to these webinars, the more they're sharing it all across the country. There are now 1,018 communities who are part of this age-friendly network, and including 14 states, whole states. So, so another thing that I wanted you to check out is there is a woman spoke about from the Center for Social and Demographic Research in Boston, at the UMass Boston. And there is something called an elder index, which is, you can find it online. And what they have done is it's at a county level, and it shows all kinds of it's kind of expenses. It looks at expenses in later life, how they often exceed the resources that are available. And they look at that and they compare it nationwide. So we could see, and for us, it's not going to help because it's going to be Hartford County.
Yeah.
But if you're at all curious, you can go on this elder index. This woman also said she'd be happy to, if you wanted more specifically. I don't know if they break it down by town, but we might be able to get from them something that tells us what are the expenses, how much more the seniors are paying compared to nationwide. Might be interesting. I don't know. But anyway, you can look it up by county. Just go online to Elder Index and see what you can find.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my second order of business here was the new business was the drive-through curbside delivery businesses and window clings. That's kind of stuck in my head because I can't help wondering whether we shouldn't offer something because we still have budget money left. And I'm wondering if that shouldn't be more proactive on our part, and we will offer the window clings for people. If it's what did we decide? It's only like $10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But maybe we should offer them to people if we can get those people excited about this.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
Oh, sure.
Great idea. Who's going
Who's
to
going to do it?
Dan, do you want to raise your hand?
Do you have a vendor to order them from?
Kate actually had done the original investigation, but you know who's great and who we're using a lot is Trailside.
Right.
No, no.
Go
So
ahead.
they probably would offer something like that.
Do they
You need to come up
do,
with a design.
I was just going to say that, design work.
Yeah, it won't be that hard to come up with. We'd use the AARP logo, the age-friendly community logo,
Mhm.
and just have, they could, we might have a space for either drive-through or curbside where they could write. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm thinking about that because those were the two different options, right?
We have not heard back from
Sarah?
Simsbury Main Street Partnership on that.
Yeah.
As to what they're doing, and haven't heard even from Wendy, who initiated it, but haven't heard anything on that progress-wise or what they're doing, if anything.
But it seems to me like if we nudge,
So do we have to do that, Ed?
do we
no.
have to have their input?
No, we don't. That
Just
was,
their
I think they're two
information.
they're two separate issues.
Yeah.
Because Wendy had brought up to me about the when she met with McLean about the
Yeah.
drive-through,
Right.
and Sarah over Main Street talked about it, but nothing was ever followed up on with that. Things we could do on our own.
Drive-through. I'm sorry, you guys. Drive-through meaning.
So they were looking at businesses that would do drive up or drive through
Over there.
for seniors, so they didn't have to, and people with disabilities, so they wouldn't have to get out of their car.
Just any business. We're not talking just food or anything.
Right.
That's okay. So,
I think you're trying to identify those businesses that would be willing to do that.
well, that would, yeah. I mean, that would be us coming up with a list of
Right.
maybe our ideas in terms of who to approach, and we can divvy it up so we can really get this done in terms
And
of
even a sign like, they do with handicap voting.
Mhm.
Give a sign outside, has
Yes.
a number on it, call the number if you need somebody to come out to the car.
yeah.
Right.
Well, that's a good idea. Yeah, that would work. I think.
Yeah, I mean, it strikes me that that's something that we could do and should do.
Mhm.
And so let's try to come up with a list. Now, this was Ed. Was somebody at the bigger meeting doing this, coming up with a list? Wasn't Jen doing that, or not? I can't
I
remember.
don't think so. I don't think it's specifically for that.
Okay.
I think we need to touch base with Main Street Partnership and find out what they're doing, if anything.
Just to make sure
I
they
could-
haven't
I could
started
always-
something without us.
Yeah, I could always shoot an email to Sarah and find out if anything has been done with regard to that.
Okay. Did you want to do that?
Yeah, I could do that.
Thank you. And meanwhile, there was a lot of talk about that at the meeting. So I thought somebody was thinking, oh, we have a list. No?
I don't think it's been identified. I mean, do we have to check with the businesses to find out if I think most of them would offer it.
Mhm.
But
All
there's
right.
just no, it's a matter of, and I think Main Street Partnership is the best way to get, through their members, maybe even the chamber.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm happy to work on the logistics of ordering them and, getting them printed.
Well, thank you, Cheryl. I'm happy to kind of think about a design of some sort, and I think there should be a space for a phone number for
Yeah, I think so too.
call if it's a curbside thing.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But it would be nice to have some kind of window cling that people could do that so they know. And then I think also we would need to have some way of identifying those businesses and have that list
Mhm.
located somewhere, whether it's part of our resources, the aging and disability resources, or some other list That's another thing that I keep hearing whenever I'm on these webinars, I keep hearing that people are saying it's a communication issue.
Yeah.
A lot of people just don't know that these things exist.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Did you have your hand up, Mike? I couldn't tell.
No.
No? Okay. Okay.
It's one of those things that it would be good to publicize when it happens.
Yeah.
Like put it on the patch, put it in
Yeah.
Valley Life, whatever, because a lot of seniors don't use the internet for their information. So
Right.
That's right. So, all right. So I will work on design. Cheryl, you're going to work on making a list. Or no, you're going to contact the trailhead?
well, yeah, as soon as we have a thing, I'll
Okay. All right. Any other thoughts about that?
That sounds like a good idea. As long I think it's getting the right list and starting to approach folks.
Do we have a list of all of the Main Street Partnership partners?
I don't know.
Is there a
it's
list?
on their website.
Yeah.
It is on their website.
Yeah.
So that would be a good start, right?
Okay. Yeah, sure would. Well, Ed, you said you were going to be talking with them. Was that
Yes. I will contact Sarah.
maybe ask them the best way to address this? I'm
Okay.
sure that's part of your conversation.
I mean, we'll be happy to make the list if they don't.
Yeah.
Or if they want to contact people, whatever. We can be nudges, but we can't step on toes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That sounded like one of the worst mixed metaphors I've ever heard. A nudge that can't step on toes. Anyway. Okay. And then there's the issue of budgeting for the action, because we have to create Ed has to create a budget for the Aging and Disability Commission for next year. It would be great if everybody who has one of those action plan items could seriously think about some of those items that are on the list and how much money that would cost to do that. And we need to get that to Ed so that Ed can put that into his budget request to that goes to, I guess, Kristen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
So our 4 domains, basically. So
Yes, the 4 domains in the action plan. Look at the actions that we have listed. If you think of another one, go to it. Valerie, you could take a look at all of them and just,
Fresh eyes.
Yeah.
Jan, can you send out our final version of that action plan? That way Val can get it too.
Sure.
That would be helpful.
Well, basically, I think instead of having meetings, how do we put a price to meetings?
I'm sorry, Mike, I didn't catch that.
Looking at our actions,
Yeah.
it looks like mostly meetings.
Mostly meetings?
Mm.
Well, if there are other things, like what it would cost to add a dial-a-ride car, which we know isn't going to happen, but, that's an example of if we advocate for a new dial-a-ride car, is there an alternative? That sort of thing. So it's just whatever we can think of that would help. And that's why I asked Valerie if she could come up with some things, because it will be helpful to have fresh eyes.
Sure.
I mean, we've been living with this for a long time. So, it will be nice to have somebody else look at this stuff and say, oh, did you think about this? Did you think about that?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Sure.
And if there's nothing there, Mike, that's fine. Then that doesn't, I think the bulk of this will be on Libby, because there's a lot of social stuff that
Yeah.
we're going to want to do, the different kinds of meetings, whatever. One of the things I wanted to tell you, they're doing a lot of these kind of social connection-ish.
Yes, yes.
I'm hearing that across the country. So
That was a big hit.
yep. So
One one metric I'm thinking is if we determine that certain businesses need more handicap parking spaces, we wouldn't be paying for it, would we?
I think we could.
Well,
no,
that'd be the town, well, it depends. If it's on private property, like a lot of these businesses, then it's up to the landlords to do that.
Yeah.
If it's on public property, then it'd be Public Works. But I think the ones that were identified, that Diana had identified, are all private concerns. So again, in the town, George McGregor is working on that, supposedly. It's another follow-up, another nudge to George to find out what the status is with that.
Yeah.
Where he's at. Is he following up with them, with those businesses? He identified them. And I'm not sure how far or where it's going from there. So that's another nudge.
and Mike, if there are no budgetary items connected to it, then so be it. You know, what we want to make sure happens is that we have enough money, that we ask for the money to cover the things that we have identified.
And you have to make sure you spend the money that you had.
Oh, yeah.
That's correct.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yep.
So when do we have to have the budget into, Kristen?
I'm still waiting for Kristen to get back to me with
It's
regard to
going to
that.
be January.
Yeah, I was going to say January. Yeah.
So is our next meeting is January 6th. Is that enough time, do you think?
Well, with the holiday, that's going to be a little challenging.
Yeah, but I mean, the budget has to go in January.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we're going to have to do.
Yeah. So that's why January 6th by our next meeting, that would be great if we can. Is that enough time, do you think, or you don't know?
I don't know, but we can certainly get as much information as we can.
No, I was asking Ed because
Oh,
yeah,
he's asked
I
Kristen.
think a lot of it is going to be the duplication of what we've done.
Yes.
However, that line item for edge-friendly community is the line item that we'll look at for all these things.
Yes. So, I mean, we're just one part of the bigger aging and disability budget, but we want to be sure that we don't stint ourselves. Okay.
How much did we have for this for the last budget? Remind me.
We had almost 7,000, I think.
Yeah. A lot of that went to the
printing of things.
the house, the mobile.
Yeah,
Oh,
smart home.
Smart home.
okay.
Yeah. But we do have some money left over from that, especially the printing. We had allocated some money for printing all of those
action plans, right?
Action plans.
Yeah.
And I think what that money could be used for is these clings, these window clings.
Oh, that would be a good way of doing it.
Yeah. That's what
Yep.
So we use that money, and I think that would be a great way of doing it.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other thoughts there? Because we want to get this going here.
Right.
So that's it. The real world housing solutions. Again, some of you heard this, some of you didn't. I think one of you heard this. It was interesting because their housing commission is Fairfield, Connecticut, just announced their action plan submission. So, up until this point, we had only been one of 8. Now we're, I think, one of 9 in Connecticut who are working on their action plan. And there are only a few that have submitted their action plan. And we're like one of 3 or 4. But they said there's something like 18% of older households are severely cost burdened. 50% plus income for housing.
In Fairfield?
No, this is generally.
Oh, just generally.
Sorry, I said that Fairfield was one of the groups, but
Yep.
in their intro, they always do a little intro about how many people are in the communities. They have a bunch of new cities that have added, and they're all Midwestern cities who have become these age-friendly communities. But this whole thing was about real-world housing solutions, and I just found it interesting that Bill Armbruster started off by saying, from AARP, started off by saying 18% of older households are severely cost burdened. 50%, and that comes from the Urban Institute. So obviously, you're adding cities in there, and cities are going to skew the data considerably, I think. But
although it's true,
it is true. However,
I mean, have you seen what Powder Forest is selling for?
Have I seen what is selling for?
Powder Forest.
Oh, what is it selling
55
for?
55 and over community,
Wow.
About 700,000-ish.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh.
And
Who can afford that?
yeah, that's why it's very interesting. The more you hear from these smaller communities, like not just the urban areas, when I listen to the webinars, if anybody wants to, Valerie, if you want to get involved in listening to these webinars, they have them once a month for an hour. I can get you I have to submit your email to AARP, and then they'll allow you to come in and listen to these things. But they're really interesting. Because again, it's nice to hear what's going on around the country. And but I was surprised that Fairfield, and of course, these are people who are part of their government. So Mark Barnhart, who is he is the director of economic development at Fairfield. So he is somebody who is involved in this, along with a group that is called a Fairfield Senior Advocates.
Well, Fairfield is a big town. And my parents lived in Fairfield for a long time.
It is a very different town. Very different town from us, but still, you've got a volunteer there who is with this Fairfield Senior Advocates, working with the director of economic and community development. That's what I took away from it. Not that it was like us.
We don't have that.
We don't have that. And Barnhart had also been the town manager at Stamford, not at Fairfield. So it is interesting to see how different these different communities are. There was another woman who talked about from York County, Pennsylvania. Again, these are much, much bigger. But one thing that I thought might be interesting to look at is NYU Furman Center has a housing solutions lab that you apply to. But again, I don't think we're going to count, because you have to apply to this, the NYU Furman Center, and it's on Facebook. But, anyway.
We don't really need houses in a lab. We need houses on the ground.
Yeah. Good point. So obviously housing is the hardest thing.
Yes.
Housing is the hardest thing for everybody. I mean, I have not yet heard anybody from AARP come up with really great ideas for how to solve the housing problem, because it doesn't lie with, it lies with each individual community. And that's the problem. Anyway, and I think I told you all of the stuff that came from the innovations from the network, and this little tiny town in Oregon named Sisters, Oregon, who has 3,500 people, started this whole forum called "What Do You Do with an Idea?" And they have foundations that they get involved. So if anybody knows any foundations that we have around here who are looking for a cause, I mean, seriously, they found somebody, some people out there in Oregon who had some money and started a foundation, and they were looking for a cause that they could get behind. So
UConn has a foundation.
UConn does have a foundation.
Mhm.
They called me to see if, after all the publicity I've been in the past week or so, if maybe I wanted to make a donation.
Oh, God, to make a donation. Yeah, well, I know all about UConn Foundation because they've started sending things to my husband because he's Dr. Michael Park.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, excuse me, I'm the one who went there.
Yeah.
My husband didn't go there, but he gets all of the, Dr.
I know.
Park. It's, yeah. So anyway, but it is interesting how foundations, again, we don't have the university. A lot of these places have universities or something close by.
Yeah.
We have been fortunate to get the UConn, the help from UConn.
The help, yeah.
But, it would be nice if you think of any foundations, go for it. Okay, I don't have anything else. Anybody else have anything else?
No.
As I told you about the partner check-in that's coming, and that should be available this month somehow. And as soon as we get it, I'll send it on. Anything else?
Just December 9th, we're going to, that's the next webinar. So
Yes. Yep. December 9th, which is going digital, how age-friendly communities are adopting tools for impact. So that's the next one. That's coming right up. And other than that, so anything else anybody wants to add?
no.
Okay.
I got a new wheelchair.
Hey,
Hey.
Good. I hope it's very fancy.
Does it zoom?
Nice.
Yes. All right. Zoom. Well, Cheryl, you zoom.
Yeah.
And I hope everybody has a really nice holiday, and we'll see you in the new year.
Okay. Thanks, Jan.
it's
And,
not on
Thanks,
Sunday.
Jan.
So shall we adjourn?
Is anybody going Sunday? Jan, you going Sunday?
I am.
I'm
No.
going Sunday.
I'm not.
Okay. All right. So
Right.
if I don't see you Sunday, have a nice holiday.
Okay.
Have
Bye,
a good
guys.
holiday.
See you
Thanks,
Sunday.
Jan.
I'll be calling and nudging you, Ed.
Yes. Nudge.
Why am I not surprised, Sherry?
I just,
That's our year.
I gotta change my phone
That's
number.
our word. All right. So we'll adjourn. It's like 3:20.
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
For over 40 years, SCM has been the voice of our town.
bringing us together through local programming,
Education and live broadcasts.
SEM isn't just about television.
It's about empowering our community.
Ensuring our voices are heard during government meetings.
And celebrating milestones.
like our high school graduations.
But today, SEM faces a challenge.
Our funding structure is based on television subscriptions.
And it's no secret, people have been cutting the cord.
With a shift to internet-only subscriptions,
SCM receives less revenue.
Even though all our programming is freely available online.
We need your support.
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 Your donation can make a difference.
It will ensure that SCM remains open.
Continues to educate our youth.
And keeps our community informed.
Thanks to SCM, I've been honing my creative skills, helping me work towards my college degree.
SCM is crucial for keeping our community connected.
SCM isn't just here to broadcast local events. They're actually preserving Simsbury's history.
Join us.
Join us in preserving Simsbury's voice.
Simsbury's voice.
Together we can ensure that SCM continues to thrive
for generations to come.
Visit our website
or scan the QR code on your screen to make your donation.
Every contribution
counts.
Thank you for supporting Simsbury Community Media,
where your town,
your schools,
and your government come together.